What's up, everybody? Welcome on back to the. I forgot to turn the light off before I started recording. I turned on OBS and that kicked on, and I was like, "Ooh, I need to turn that off before I hit the record button." And then I hit the record button and went, "That light is still on." So I just tried to fix it really quick. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to baseball here on YouTube.com/Shawnosaurus Rex. My name is Sean, and today we have the finale in an 8-game road trip against the Oakland Athletics. Not all 8 games, obviously. Against the Athletics, we played Texas, we played Houston, we're in Oakland, and this is the second of a quick 2-game series. And I just realized the dryer is on, so hopefully that's not too bad in the background. Whatever. Kind of. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Probably wouldn't have noticed it if I didn't call attention to it. Yet I've set myself up. Doesn't matter. Here's the point. I guess fair warning, there will be a buzzer that goes off sometime in this video, and I wonder if it'll scare me. Welcome on in. I keep interrupting myself, so I've lost track of where I am. Quick 2-game set in Oakland. Yesterday was kind of a confirmation and a condemnation of the way I've been playing lately. It's great because I was able to get 2 runs, get some small ball runs, and be able to come back, though it was only a 1-run deficit, come back and win a game. The problem is that it kind of doesn't. I still want those big hits, it can quickly deteriorate in the same way that like swinging for homers can. So I don't know. I've been so unfocused today. So yeah, we're going to continue working with that. I don't know why I took that weird pause there. I apologize. I've been a little spacey today. Today we're going to continue with that though, because I think it's a good approach to have. Just hit into some rough luck yesterday. It was more of a struggle. We had the really good game against Houston, where we scored 3 runs in 3 different innings. That was very nice. We had the one really good inning against Houston that was 5 runs and then couldn't really get anything going. And then we had yesterday's game, which was good because it was a comeback game and I never really got out of sync, and I felt, pretty good about it. But other than that, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I think of things in when I'm just kind of doing whatever. I'm like, oh, here's how I'll intro a video, or here's how I'll outro a video, or whatever. Bring this point up in this thing that you're doing. And I try to remember what it is, but I often forget because it's always 4 hours before, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. All right, Mariners 79-47 in first place in the American League West, 4 games ahead of the Angels, 7.5 ahead of the Astros. Taking a look quickly at the calendar, we have a day off tomorrow, so you'll see a Chad Champ episode, followed by 7 straight games at home, Kansas City and Houston coming to town, and then Arizona and Houston on the road, as we start to approach the final month and a half-ish of the season. Patrick Sandoval is on the mound for the Athletics as they change their uniforms. He is 0-1 with a 5.6 ERA. James Paxton looking for win number 13. For the second time, he lost his last start, but is 12-9 with a 3.15 ERA. We're going to go ahead and just jump on in here. I do think I might need to fix the Elgato. I think we should be able to have our normal lineup with the Fraley inclusion. I think so. Should be good there. Play the full game. Oh, I hit the A button right as it disappeared on my screen, and I went, oh, everything crashed. Everything just died. All right. Let's do that. Ricky Henderson Field. That's pretty good. We have probably 3 guys that we could take out of the lineup today. I don't know if I want to lose that much power. I mean, realistically, this would be Fraley. This would be Torrens. This would be Shedlong Jr. It's actually a fine lineup. Let's move Shedlong here. Fraley here. A little lefty heavy at the top with only Kyle Lewis from the right side. I feel like I personally just bat better with lefties in this game. I don't know why. Yeah, that's fine. Everything about that is... I'm okay with it. Everybody's in correct positions, I believe. Oh, second base. Okay. I do get... I get Shedlong Jr., Donnie Walton. That's the other one. Shedlong comes in every so often. I feel like I get confused. I'm like, he could play shortstop. He could play second base. Oh, third base is the other position. That's right. Okay. All right. I have removed my camera. I have pressed the start button. And I can give you the spiel. Welcome on it. This is game number 127 of 162. We're 35 games out. 36, I guess, if you include this one. If you would like to catch the remaining 36 games or the first, I guess it'd be remaining the remaining 35 games in the first 126 games, you can scroll down and subscribe to youtube.com/ShotOsHorseRex, where you can catch baseball every single day right here at 1 p.m. Pacific time. You can also catch other videos at 6 a.m. Got a lot of indie stuff on the channel. Got some Game Pass stuff. Got a lot of good stuff. And a lot of good stuff coming. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to ring that bell. And, yeah. That's the spiel.
It's A's baseball coming up next.
It's Mariners baseball coming up next. I don't know why it's Athletics baseball.
Patrick Sandoval gets the starting nod for the A's in this one.
Sandoval, 4 starts, only 1 decision. It was a loss. 5.60 ERA, 17.2 innings. 12 and 9 strikeouts to walks.
I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point.
So here we are.
Interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
Donnie Walton taking a 4-seam fastball for a strike. We have a lot of speed at the top of the order. Hopefully we have Walton, Donnie Walton, Jake Fraley, and Kyle Lewis.
Yeah, Matty, this team has definitely been struggling recently, and then you get a look up right now and you're going to face the ace. Somebody has to step up for this team. I'll tell you what, if they're able to score a few early runs off him and put him on the defensive, this could be a huge momentum swing for this team.
Okay, so we've looked at a 4-seam, we've looked at a slider. He also has a changeup and a curveball that he has not thrown.
This one's flared out
wow.
left.
That'll work.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey,
I'm a little surprised that that was able to get flared into that left field.
He is not afraid to go deep in the count. He is not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and he showed it right there.
All right, Jake Fraley.
Into the box, Jake Fraley.
Oh, drats.
In comes the left fielder. A dive, and he can't hang on.
Wow. Okay. Is that a base hit?
And as you see right there,
that'll push him to 18 games.
He has been on fire this month.
Just classic confidence in the box right now.
Damn.
You put your head on the pillow at night, you know you're on time. You get up, get dressed, drive to the ballpark, you expect to catch a couple barrels.
Now into the box, Kyle Lewis.
Do I go for it? Do I go for a big swing here? I'm trying to avoid it.
No way you could have forecasted this kind of season from this guy. Not to take anything away from him, but I don't think many people in baseball considered him to be one of the league's best hitters for average coming into this year.
First pitch on its way.
Oh, that was just a contact swing. That was just a really bad swing. I was looking up. I was way low. Not good.
There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
Wow, Cleveland is almost 500. That is wild.
Hey, D-Row, one of the things you have to be aware of as a hitter from Carl Dixon, he'll call that high strike.
Yeah, he will. So you better be on top of your game with 2 strikes, because if they elevate, good chance Carl Dixon's punching your ticket.
The next 0-2 is taken for ball 1.
I hit B. Thank you, animation, for overriding me.
At second, Fraley at first with no outs. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2 ball, 2 strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
The 2-2. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Kenna is right there, 1 down.
Throws a little off. I was a little worried because it was a slight slow jump on that there, because almost like I couldn't decide exactly if I wanted to do it or not.
Kyle Seager, great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. Now here's the first offering. Slowly hit
Well.
first. I don't think they can get 2. Andrus throwing the dirt to first.
Ooh.
And he can't come up with it cleanly.
Oh boy, and much like the tying run yesterday, the first run that we score here is God dang. God dang it. Incredibly lucky. He just dropped the ball on first base. Just couldn't get a clean handle on it. That was a big power swing. That's what I'm trying to avoid, and that was a changeup way early, way out of the zone.
The batter will be Shed Long Jr. And here's a ball hit in the air. Heading after it is Piscotty, but this will land.
Didn't look like he was heading after it. It looked like he gave up on that one. Just quit. Said, I'm good.
The 0-1 on its way. That's in there,
Boy.
and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Make a good pitch right here and get your offense back in the dugout after only giving up 1 run.
2-out base runner aboard in the top of the first.
Very, very lucky to be ahead 1-0.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Piscotty's on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. M's pick up a run on 2 hits. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Mariners 1. The A's coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
Okay. That was quite the alarm for the dryer, or whatever that was. 25 starts here for James Paxton, 12-9 record, 3.15 ERA, 151.2 innings pitched, 149 strikeouts thrown, 5 walks.
That's what you ask for nowadays.
Oops, hit the wrong thing. I meant to hit that. Most impressive thing about James Paxton this season, I keep hitting on it, but started 2-6. Now he's 12-9, 10-3 in his last 13 decisions. That's great.
Here it comes now to Andrus.
I barely bumped the right stick and he was like flying through the air. Woohoo! Giving everybody a Mario jump. I believe his last decision was the Texas finale?
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Paxton has logged upwards of
I think that was a 3-1 loss. Gave up like 1 bad pitch. It was weird.
League average is around 1.3, so that's a respectable number.
Fouled away. So we got an 0-2 count here.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. A swing and a miss on a
Ooh.
ball way out of the
That'll work.
zone, and there's one away.
I'll take that.
I think he kind of trained the hitter's eyes in that at bat. What I mean is you'll find the first three pitches are all down around the knee. So as a hitter, he's probably looking down there again, and that's the perfect time to raise his sights and make a good pitch up.
At the plate now, Tony Kemp. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. Comes in here right at 260. 6 home runs, 27 driven in. Now the 0-1. Line to second. Where it's
Ooh,
caught
Shedlong
there
Jr., nice
for out
grab.
number 2.
Batting third.
Just feel like there's something in my throat, and I can't like get it out, and it's driving me nuts.
Into the box, Matt Chapman. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
No one was trying to get it.
And here's a
Ooh, just
fastball on
missed
0-2,
high.
but it misses. 1-2 now.
Damn it. That wasn't quite as in as I wanted that to be.
Sometimes that can be effective, but I think you have to be careful with that, especially during a day game where the ball tends to carry a lot more.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted down the line in left. And foul. Another 1-2 delivery. Got him looking.
There we go.
And
Got him
there's the
looking.
inning.
That'll take care of the first inning.
1, 2, 3 go the A's. It remains 1-0. Digging in now for the Mariners, Luis Torrens. He'll get us started in the top of the second. Now the pitch. There's a drive out toward the gap in left center.
Well, that'll work. There's a little hanging slider there.
For second.
All right.
And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
Hey, after that hit right there, Tiro, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
So here now is Ty France.
Oh,
High
that's
and deep
not.
to right center. Piscotty's on the move. And he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Didn't want to risk it. He's only a 35 speed. 2 hits, or 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 hits, 1 out.
And now
Marmolejo's here,
Jose
batting
Marmolejo.
.236, has 6
He's a
home
guy
runs,
looking to break out in a big way.
but I haven't been able to
Getting
to
the
get his
results
power
that
unlocked
his club
here.
have been hoping for.
I don't think he's quite as good against
Offering on his
lefties.
way. And he'll quickly send a line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit. Long throw to the plate.
That'll be up the line, and that is a perfect ribby single. That'll work.
Sometimes the first pitch is the best pitch you'll see all at bat. Definitely coming out of his shoes. Aggressive style. First pitch. Base hit up the middle.
Power, 58 versus lefties.
The next batter will be Evan White, as he will take
That's
strike
fine.
one on
Take
the
that one.
fastball here. No balls and a strike. His prior history in this matchup, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And there's out number 2 as this is taken in shy of the track, and the runner will have to retreat. Now at the plate is Donnie Walton. He singled to start the ball game and later came around to score the game's first run.
Hey, second time around, let's see if this guy goes up and looks for the fastball. He got a fastball in his first at bat and didn't miss it.
Oh,
Hits
Sean.
it in the air to left. And Moreland will put this one away, and that ends
A lot of contact, but
M's pick up a run
Not
on
exactly
2
what I'm
hits.
looking for. However, 4 hits, 2 runs scored. That's a pretty decent ratio. Just getting really aggressive. A lot of first pitch swings in there. 3 of them off the top of my head.
Leading off the inning, it'll be Mark Canha as they look to spark the
But we did
offense and
score.
even
We do
things
score
up.
a run,
These next
so that's
couple
fine.
innings are really important for these guys. I know they're only down by a couple, but they need to get something going.
That's
on
a ball
offense to keep
outside.
pace, even though it's early.
Fellas, the Mariners entering play here this afternoon. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty V, what we're seeing there is a team, D-Row. They're starting to put the gas pedal down right now. They're starting to get some length in this division.
Yeah, this team's
There's a
playing
nice
well.
strike
They're
right
playing
there.
with confidence. You can tell guys are walking to the plate with a swagger. Their pitchers are taking them out and executing pitches down and away. This is a good ball club.
The 1-1 home.
Just missed.
Here's a swing and a ground ball.
Oh, couldn't get there with long.
For the Athletics
Dang it.
thus far.
Hey, nicely
That was
done
an
single to start
ugly
the second
pitch.
right
That like really stuck up in the
They
air
gotta
there.
Find a way to stay on the attack and get back in this game. We'll see how they play it here.
To the plate now, Porter Witt, as he'll take a look
Yeah.
at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Here comes the 0-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. Chasing after it is Lewis. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. And he will hustle back to first as he thinks better of
There we
trying
go.
to
Look
move
at
up.
that. Throwing a little relay there instead of just throwing it as far as I can or think I can.
So one gone in the inning here with a runner at first. And up next, the outfielder Stephen Piscotty.
Ah, there it is. The elephant.
He's set. Here it comes.
Okay, just inside.
The 1-0 home.
There we go. That's a nice
What a
strike right there.
well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out.
Boom! Inning double play. Let's go. That'll work.
Play to get him out of the inning.
Nice play. Is that Seager over there? Hell yeah, it is.
Down 2-0.
Freely Lewis Seager coming on up here, top of the third. I think he's out. I think he's out. Might want to go to replay, but
Top of the third set to get underway. And next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Jake Fraley.
did get that single in the first.
First offering.
Oh wow, I was so late on that.
Well behind it with the swing. Fastball. and he's
Wow,
knuckling
okay.
in the hole, 0-2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's
Ooh, that was really bad.
really good about his fastball.
I mean, it was towards the bottom of the zone. Probably would have been called a ball.
Time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
It's all right though.
Stepping in once again is Kyle Lewis. Flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try
There
and
we
get
go.
on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
471 average for Kyle Lewis. Oh, that was not good.
There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
A little surprised that that was a strike or a ball. That was a very nice slider inside. That should have been strike two.
He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
Everything's been low so far. Most everything was low in the last at bat as well. That was probably the highest pitch we've seen
Call didn't go his way
for
on 3-1, but it's important here on 3-1
for,
to still
Lewis.
make a quality pitch. You have to have the mindset that you're still the one in the driver's seat.
One out, nobody on. A bouncer to the left side.
Well, bailed him out there with a really early bad swing.
Gets him, 2 down.
Would have filled up the count.
52 away, and into bat next, the third baseman Kyle Seager.
Early on that fastball.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Pulled high in the air.
I don't think that's going to go.
Piscotty's there.
Damn it. That was a slider hanging.
Problem with this one,
Fuck.
and the inning is over. Mariners are down in order, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and here comes the first baseman, Seth Brown. Now here it comes.
There's a big old strike right there on a knuckle
Offense
curve.
better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for.
We're looking good.
Behind 0-2.
2-0.
Lifted the other way to left center. Marmolejos has to run a ways before he gets there in time to record the out.
Nice
How about
play,
that?
Marmolejos. That'll work.
Next, it'll be Mitch Moreland, the head-to-head with James Paxton. He's just 2 for 12. He's gone down on strikes 8 times as well. First
That's
offering
bad.
on its way.
Fouled that one off.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Swing, and he misses. He pulls the top hand over.
Hell
It's
yeah.
0-2.
Hey, I get it. You want to be aggressive, but man, these guys are swinging at everything.
Lifted down the line in left. But it drops foul down there in the home bullpen area. Thought about it, but he holds up on the knuckle curve 1 and 2. Did a good job to
Fouled it
shorten
off.
up
I cannot get this guy out.
And he'll have another shot at it here. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Throw on the first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Now the pitch. Hit in the air out to center field. On the run is Lewis.
There we go. There we go. Nice plays by Marmolejos, Seager, and Lewis. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that'll work. All right, through 3, the Mariners up 2.
At the plate now is Shedlung Jr.
I think the shift in batting philosophy, if I can give myself too much credit, is the challenge is my patience.
Here's the pitch.
I so badly just want to jack homers out of every stadium imaginable, and then, do good.
Pitch on the way.
Now I'm slowing myself down and forcing myself to be a lot more patient with how I'm hitting and how I'm taking pitches and stuff like that. It's having good results so far, considering that I'm 3-0. Since specifically being look, I need to just swing contact swings.
Swing and
There
a
we go.
liner. And that's a base hit.
That'll work.
1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances. So the base hit puts the first man aboard to start the inning for the Mariners.
I appreciate the moxie right there, but 3 fastballs at this level usually turns into a knock.
Standing in now, Luis Torrens.
That's
As the
outside.
first
That's
pitch misses
good.
to
That's
him, it's
good.
ball one. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up.
Long Jr. in that Haniger spot today.
Here's the 1-0. Lifted in the air out towards left
That's
center.
not what I was looking for. Really early on a
He's there,
changeup.
and he has it for the first out. Time now for the A's Road to the Show report as we get a look at a couple of guys making some noise in the upper levels of the minors. In now, Ty France, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
I was looking so high in the zone. I was looking really low in the zone, and
Nothing in 2 count and the pitch.
that one way inside.
One is that one didn't
Ty
really
France
threaten
did not
the
flinch at
inside
that.
corner.
Weirdly.
Long, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning.
Usually you figure an animation would take over.
Just a bit
That was a
low.
bold
Tough
take
ball.
right
It's
there.
2-2.
That definitely could have caught the bottom of the
Having a
zone.
hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a liner.
That would be
This is gonna
something I
find
can
the
do
alley
with.
as it heads out toward Mount Davis for extra bases.
That'll work.
Runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
All right, that works. That works. Very excited to hit into a double play here in this next at bat. Early on the 4-seam fastball, but again the contact swing coming through. That one way outside. Good job, Sean. Look at you, not swinging like an idiot at those. Proud of you. It's almost like you're kind of improving sometimes.
The 1-0. Lifted the other way to left center. And no one can corral that one. Base hit.
All right.
And the runner scores
Is
from
that
third.
2
They
ribbies
extend
for
their
Jose
lead. It's a
Marmolejos?
3-0 game.
Now batting. The
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit.
He has a pretty high ERA. Kind of makes sense why he would have a high ERA. 4 starts, 0-1 record. 3 runs in 4 innings.
So now to the plate, Evan White.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
And no one will get this one. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Takes this the other way to right.
That's a
in,
base.
hit.
That's a base. That's a base.
And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are
3.1 innings pitched here for Sandoval. 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 44 pitches. No walks, no
That's
strikeouts.
the 8th hit he's given up, and if he doesn't get his mind straight, he's going to be heading to the showers early.
At the plate, Donnie Walton.
That one's way inside.
In for a ball, 1-0.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Not close. It's 2-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
A swing and a high drive to right center field. A ball that's carrying. But he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. One run
I hit
scores,
RB.
and
It's
they'll
fine.
hold
Everything's
that
fine.
runner at third, so
That's
everyone
fine.
moves up,
That's
and they
fine.
remain loaded
I
here.
hit
Still
RB to
holding
return
the
all
lead
of them
on.
instead of LB to like
That's the cat and
advance.
mouse of the game right there. You find yourself count left.
That's okay though.
You think you're getting a heater. He throws an off-speed pitch, and you're still able to execute. That fires me up right there.
Boy, they're still leaving this guy in, huh?
Into the box now, Jake Fraley. Now a
Well.
swing and a softly hit ground ball. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the
They might have actually been able to get the one at home and then the one at first.
2 runs already home, and now you can make it 3. Good job right there of keeping it simple and putting the ball in play.
That was a bad swing. Way too aggressive there.
Here comes
Sandoval is going to be removed from the game.
Changes in the offing as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon.
I mean, he only gave up 5.
So he'll exit
Just
here
a
this
really
afternoon
bad
to a
situation.
smattering of boos after what can be described as really a subpar performance. James Caprillion answers the call from the pen here in the 4th as they didn't get the outing they were hoping
14
for.
games, 2-6 record. 61.1 innings pitched, a 5.14 ERA. 46 strikeouts, 33 walks.
So now here is
Very high batting averages for both
He hits
lefties
here in a
and
spot where
righties.
He might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Matt, down 5, another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot if they could get out of this jam, though.
Four seam, slider, changeup, curveball, 2-seam.
From the stretch. Here's a hot shot that'll be caught at first base.
Oh, fuck.
Almost big trouble there, but he'll wind up stranding 2 as the side is retired. So they strike for 3 runs. On
Too aggressive.
5 hits.
Started high in the
Errors
zone.
and a
I
couple of
just-
men left on.
I don't
On
look
down
high
to
in the
bottom
zone.
half of
I-
inning number 4. Seattle leads
That
this
one-
one 5-0.
That one sucked.
So the lineup flips over and digging in, Elvis Andrus. He went down swinging to start the home first. Here it comes now to Andrus. A ball and no strikes.
That's frustrating.
Hit to first.
That'll work.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The batter,
Next
number
up for the
5,
A's, Tony Kemp, 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Yeah.
First pitch coming, here it is.
That was a
Alabama
terrible
leverage
pitch.
with the
Holy
fastball
shit.
that time. A ball and a strike.
That's much better.
Hey, make no mistake about it. This lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
That one
There we
finds
go.
the target on the outer half. It's 1-2.
The problem for the batter now is he's gotten so inside conscious after those first 2 pitches, anything on the outer half of the plate's going to look a foot outside.
Swing and
There
inside
we go.
changeup.
That's a nice
There's 2 down.
strikeout right there.
That was aggressive pitching in that at-bat, and I like seeing that. He showed all hard stuff until the 5th
third baseman,
and final pitch for the strikeout. When you work off your
Chapman.
hard stuff, it really opens up your secondary pitches to be more deceptive.
And that'll
I
bring
love
the
working
pitch
off my
out.
hard stuff.
As he'll take a look at a high
My
strike
guns.
that time, it's 0-1.
Bam, hard guns. Bam, bam.
Bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Can't believe I just gave out free tickets to the gun show. It's usually a $39.95 value, you know?
And that one yanked just foul. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And strike
Ooh.
3 called as he says, "You gotta be
That's a
kidding me," with the
surprising
side
strike.
retired.
Oh my god. I think Chapman's gotten fucked twice now on calls like that.
5-0
He
deficit.
also maybe shouldn't just be waving his bat around like at people. But
Back at
okay.
the Oakland Coliseum, and
Hi, Heidi.
before we go much further, let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Hi, Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Mariners manager Scott Service during the break about his team's offensive performance so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said it was clear his guys were locked into their at-bats from the very first pitch, and that's something they emphasized in the pregame meetings. He's happy they got the message, as now they've gotten into the bullpen, and they put up some solid run production in the early part of this game.
Thank you, Heidi. All set for the start of the inning, and stepping in the long ball threat, Kyle Seager. Here's
The
first
app
pitch.
that I use, the score. Oh no. Okay, that's all right.
Everest will
That's fine.
not be able to get there. It's a base hit.
It is Packers game day. Not wearing my jersey because it gets way too flippin' hot in that thing. Also, the game's over. I guess that hasn't stopped me before.
You're doing things right. Keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
Probably could have done something with that. But the score app that I use for like keeping track of that stuff has not been running super well today. Green Bay did win 25-22 in overtime. 5 missed field goals between Mason Crosby and the Bengals kicker. Oh, that's fucking gone. That's fucking gone. Shed Long Jr. Yes! Let's fucking go! Shed Long Jr., number 14. Home run number 14.
Two-run blast to straightaway right field, number 14 on the season, as this lead swells to 7-0.
Got a touchdown advantage here in game number 2 against
You
Oakland.
just have a meeting with your pitching coach to go over some strategy, and all of a
And
sudden,
again, contact
one, and it
swing.
leaves the ballpark.
Just getting good power. Good power, guys. That was, beautiful. Rainbow shot. 424 feet. And with nobody on, or with nobody out, excuse me, 2-run shot puts him up 7. Yeah, Mason Crosby, including, so they missed 5 field goals in a row. One right at the end of the fourth quarter. Would have been another walk-off win. You even saw, like, I watched the highlights on, like, NFL, their YouTube channel or whatever. You can see, if you go back to the San Francisco game, Aaron Rodgers, when they did that drive down the field, a couple of shots to Adams, Adams catches it inbounds and is like, okay, cool, I'll just give myself up now. That one's inside. He gives himself up, they get to the line. Aaron Rodgers spikes it and gives like a hearty like fist pump, like, fuck yeah, we got this. He gave that fist pump to in the game against the Bengals. And then Mason Crosby missed the field goal. The ironic thing about it, that was a really bad swing. Holy shit. The weirdest thing about it, Mason Crosby missed an extra point on the Packers' first touchdown that would have made all of that irrelevant. Oh, Sean. And so is this weird thing where Green Bay might not have even had to worry about driving like that. They would have maybe had to worry about an onside kick recovery or something. Really weird. But then Mason Crosby he'd missed one before that, and then the Bengals kicker missed one. Crosby missed one at the end of the game, like I was just describing. Then he missed one in overtime, and then the Bengals kicker hit the flag. Wow, by like 100 hits. Oh my goodness. Wow. By 100 hits in the American League. Anyway, hit the flag on the upright, and the Bengals kicker started celebrating like they had won the game, but they didn't. And it's very funny. And then Mason Crosby won it at the end. And I'm pretty sure that means it was a walk-off. I'm not really sure. The overtime rules are so dumb, and it's the worst thing. That man got hit right in the crotch. Are you okay, third base coach?
to find a way to keep his hands back.
Four seam slider, changeup, curveball. Okay.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
The weirdest thing about it
Ball just
is,
ball one.
and the thing that annoys me the most, is that announcers in NFL games say sudden death, and that is not correct. It is sudden death if it is a touchdown. If it is a field goal, the opposing team gets an opportunity to have the ball. So it is not sudden death.
With a pair of outs in the inning.
It's also, they're terrible rules. They are horrendous, terrible rules. That was a terrible swing. Speaking of horrendous and terrible things, I can't stand them.
Ready with another 2-2. To third.
Oh, that's...
Chapman has it cleanly. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired.
Marmolejos, though, having himself a game. Shedlong Jr. having himself
Mariners get a couple
a
in the inning.
beautiful at-bat right there.
Home run.
12 hits for the Mariners, 7 runs scored. I'd like to see that. It sucks when I have 12 hits and like 1 or 2 or 3 runs. That's heart-wrenching.
Here's Heidi Watney.
Hello, Heidi.
Well, Matt, I talked to manager Bob Melvin during the break about his thoughts on the A's hitters to this point. And he told me he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs, so the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
The center fielder, Mark Canha.
Oh, good news. The Vikings won. That's good. Poor Detroit. Holy shit. Detroit is 0-5? Yeah. Detroit 0-5. Let's see. They lost to the Ravens by 2 on that ridiculous field goal. They lost by 8 to the 49ers. That Packers game, 35-17, is... The game was a lot closer than that would indicate. By 10 to the Bears, 2 to the Vikings. They've lost twice by the score of 19-17. They play the Bengals, the Rams, the Eagles. Man. I mean, good for Cincinnati for taking Green Bay to overtime.
Here it comes.
And they have a star in the making at wide receiver. Every highlight in that highlight that I was watching, the NFL highlight. Oh boy, that one is gone.
Lots of fury on this one.
Whew. The every highlight, it seemed like with the Bengals, was this one receiver. Number 1, Chase, I think is his last name, maybe. I think he played at LSU, but he had just some absurd catches.
They're now on the board, though still well behind.
So we'll see. I imagine probably the AFC North is going to be a really tough division. A lot of people want to be like, okay, like the AFC West, the NFC West, and the AFC North are probably going to be the 3 most competitive divisions over the next decade. I feel like the NFC North is going to see a couple of teams in a rebuild, and you might even include the Packers. Detroit's probably, I don't know, 3 years away. Depending on how Fields progresses, you might see Chicago be competitive, if not like an outright kind of winner, depending on Jordan Love and the Green Bay quarterback and receiver situation, because if Rodgers goes, there is not a chance Devontae Adams stays around.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there. He's picking up spin on this.
So you could see... You could see the Bears or the Lions kind of be like, kind of what the Packers are now, where they're like kind of just like nobody else is really challenging them. There's a definite gap between what Green Bay's doing and everybody else. But if the pieces fall in the right places for the Bears or for the Lions, and then maybe the Vikings, I don't know. That's going to depend on how long they keep Zimmer around as their coach. And if they can get a quarterback, they have Dalvin Cook, but anyway, NFC West, AFC West, and the AFC North, I think will be the 3, because they all have good young quarterbacks that'll be around for a while. And if they can make like good decisions and land on draft picks and some free agent stuff. Maybe. Pittsburgh, I'd imagine, will go into a bit of a rebuild because of Roethlisberger. But maybe they get lucky and get a Saints kind of situation. A good quarterback, or a quarterback, in a system that works for them, Jameis Winston.
This tells me a lot about this guy. He's done a real nice job bouncing back from that home run to strike out the next
Maybe.
guy.
But
Sometimes
Lamar
you gotta take it
Jackson
deep.
with the Ravens,
It's all about how you respond. That really
Baker
matters.
Mayfield and the Browns, even though they lost today. Oddly enough, to an AFC West team, Justin Herbert. Joe Burrow, though, for the Bengals. That's a three-team division right there. Three-team deep division. One of those teams will absolutely get fucked by an average-ass AFC South team.
Mostly because he's
That's
getting
my
ahead.
prediction.
70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike to.
Here's the 0-1.
Which honestly
Ball gets the upper part of the zone for
should
strike
push
2.
the NFL
Nice
to
job of
change
bouncing back
that.
after the leadoff
change
homer.
that format.
2 quick outs after the bomb, and he's got a chance
Like,
to
hey,
win this.
you have 3 really bright stars at quarterback that I'm sure you want on TV, in the playoffs, in good games, in high-pressure situations.
But the A's
Oh,
get
here's
one
an average-ass
solo home run.
Tennessee Titans team. Thank God they made the made the playoffs at like 7-9 or some bullshit. 9-7. Or 10-7, I guess, because there's 17 games. I did a I was messing around with one of the Maddens. Madden 07 to be specific. That's not what I wanted. Madden 07 on the PS2. Looking at information for a possible series.
Next up is Jake Fraley. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this
Possible
guy's got
series in the
wheels
future,
down
but,
the first base line.
I was simming a season, and
Put it on the ground. That's part of what makes it
oh
successful.
my god.
Hard hit ball to short. And the 6th inning is
Oh, God.
progressing quickly here. Now 2 away.
At least 2 teams got in with losing records. Like 6-10 and like 7-9.
Such a good hitter.
I'm just like,
You
oh,
kind of expect
God.
him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
Real bad. Abandon that. Do you really think that like a 6-10 Washington team deserves to be in the
The
playoffs?
first pitch.
No.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Left fielder giving chase.
That was a
Gets
3-pitch
there to
inning.
make the play, and that is
1,
the
2,
inning.
3.
1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. They're on top 7-1.
Kind of speed running over here. Not intentionally. I'm not trying to. I just getting a little button
Now
happy.
it'll be Mitch Moreland. He'll start things out in the 6th.
By the way, I never titled the last episode of Chad Champ. There's just an episode that just does not have a title.
Walk, maybe a
Like,
knockdown
oh.
ball with eyes, something. Catch a gap to get this offense going. 2 hits as a team can start demoralizing your confidence. But if he can get on, start some traffic in motion, we might have something.
But the NFC West, Seattle might be the team looking out on the outside looking in. Seattle might be the team on the outside looking in.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
AFC West, they have three good young quarterbacks. The Raiders seem like they're kind of coming around a little bit. Could be kind of Mahomes and Herbert regularly going to the playoffs.
Grounded back up the middle.
But then
And the throw
Kyler
first
Murray's
comes
having
on
an
the
incredible
run.
season. The Cardinals just knocked off the 49ers. 49ers have Trey Lance. Depending on how he progresses, he could play a factor.
We'll give you a look at the
And then the
standings.
Rams
You can see that
finally
they're
have a quarterback that
playing
works for their
3.5
system,
game lead in the division
which is
race.
wild. So they're giving Los Angeles the win already. I believe they're giving Houston a win as well.
So one
So
gone
we-
for the A's
we have
there
a
for the 6th, and
kinda
that'll
small-
bring up Austin Allen.
Margin for error here.
First pitch coming.
Big
Here's it.
Houston series coming up in a week. Kansas City series is important. Don't want to lose ground to the Angels. The Angels, who I think is the only division team we don't see this
Foul to the
month.
right side.
We see them for 6 of the last 9 games, though.
Pitch. Swing and a liner. That's into the outfield for a one-out base hit.
That was weird. He just did not move.
I don't know how he got to that fastball right there. That looked like the old Tommy Hawk approach back in the 60s and 70s getting to that one.
Andrew.
Wow. DeAndre Hopkins.
Here's Elvis Andrus now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball.
But then you look at, like,
0 for 2
the NFC
from him
East
so far in this
sucks. The AFC South, not good.
one. The 1-0 delivery.
The AFC East, that'll be kind of just Bills territory for a little bit. Maybe Bills, Dolphins, but not 3 teams deep. And honestly, it feels like
Off first with 1 away.
the Broncos are like one piece
Rounded to
away.
third, this could be 2. Seager fields it cleanly. And an offline
He
throw,
was-
but he just does get back to the bag for the
He,
put out.
I should have had a double play. Oh, okay. That was a bad play on my part. And that was almost a bad play on my part for 2 separate reasons, but able to recover. That should have been a double play right there.
Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball
Give us mascot mode.
I'd be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Yes, he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Bounce to first. Scooped up. And
Obviously, he doesn't really do anything, but
himself, and the inning is over.
not great.
1 hit,
Definitely need to
1
be
run.
playing a little more heads up here. I've been lapsing mentally, defensively. The Oakland Coliseum is so ugly. It's so ugly.
And standing in is the veteran
They might.
third baseman.
Oakland might not even be in town for much longer. They can't get a new stadium built. It was ugly when the Raiders played here. It's ugly when the Athletics play here. Multi-purpose stadiums are horrendous.
Strike 1 on the fastball.
Thank God they
He's
are
going
getting
at
phased out.
93 that time. Now some action in that Oakland bullpen as it looks like a lefty started to get it going down there. The windup and the 0-1. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Heading after it is Piscotty.
Damn it.
He's there and records the first out. 1 away for Seattle now in inning number 7, and that'll bring up Shed Long Jr.
That last at bat, that showed me something. It's not that easy to hit a changeup over 400 plus feet out of the ballpark. So this guy gets some good extension, strong wrist, and this guy's got some terrific bat speed.
Hell yeah.
High in the
Ah,
air to center
yeah.
field.
Shedlong Jr. Just a
McKenna.
gem.
Now, and he has it
Absolute
on.
gem on my team. Love him.
Now batting.
Digging in next, Luis Torrens. He
Saw him
gets
a
under
bunch
one and
last
popped
year.
out his
That was
last time up.
fantastic.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat.
Okay,
Look for
that'll
him
work.
to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him. Chalk up another multi-hit game for this guy. He is absolutely on fire. He's been on a nice hot streak as of late, and I don't see it.
I feel like the NFC South is probably going to be kind of bad too. Maybe Winston gets a career revival.
Ty France.
I mean, as soon as Tom Brady retires, I feel like it's just wide
Ball
open.
1-0. He's got
I feel like that's
53
the linchpin
at-bats
of
to this point.
that is Tom Brady. As soon as Tom Brady retires, I think then you have at least 3,
Is a slider.
maybe all 4 teams in a rebuild.
He doesn't look like
With the
same reliever
exception
right now,
being,
but listen,
like,
this
maybe
is his
Carolina,
4th inning of work.
depending on
There
Darnold.
aren't very many relievers that can go 4+ innings and be rock solid all the way.
Oh, that was really bad.
Chapman brings it in. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired.
Anyway, that's enough NFL talk.
Lead 1. They're on top 7-1.
Hitting stretch.
I think Seattle might be kind of done. They got beat by the Rams. They're out of.
Last half of the 7th here.
Russell Wilson's going to be out for like 2 months.
Third baseman Matt Chapman.
Match.
Pack it in. Call it a season, Seattle.
First
It was not a very good run anyway.
as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Oh my God, Matt Chapman. "69 pitches here for James Paxton, number 70 on the way."
He struck him out.
Struck
The
him
third
out.
time he's fanned in the game.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there.
James Paxton,
That's
8
the third
strikeouts,
time he struck
as
out.
we near
Only
1,000
his
team
strong game of the
strikeouts.
series.
Chapman's gone down twice looking on like very borderline pitches. That time he just swung over the top. We have him 0 for in this entire series.
Yes, he'll take
Granted,
a
short
cold
strike,
on the
short,
borderline
excuse me,
pitch.
short
It's
strike.
one. He's
Short
hit
series,
both
but
his
still.
at-bats so far in this one.
That's not good.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
Fouled away.
Struck him out.
Ooh,
And he becomes the ninth
woo-hoo-hoo.
strikeout victim.
Hell yeah.
Certainly not showing any
Paxton
signs of
looking good
intimidation
here,
with
7 innings
the
deep.
order guys, that's back-to-back Ks, and the 3 and 4 guys are harmless.
Order wit.
in the dugout.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Yes, he'll take a look.
That
at
one
ball
missed.
one.
You know, over the course of a full season, you're going to have some clunkers, and this certainly looks like one. By the look on the manager's face, he's going to probably call a meeting after this.
And that one misses upstairs.
All right.
2 out, nobody on. And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike one.
I was going to be a strike either way, sir.
Here it comes. Called strike two.
Boy, he looks strong out there on the mound this inning. He's got a chance to punch out the side in order, and against the middle of the order, too.
Hit on the ground to third.
It isn't striking out the side, but 1, 2, 3.
Matters here in the
We're on to the 8th inning.
A's are gone in order. They're down 7-1.
Feeling good.
Adam Kolarek.
Adam Kolarek coming on in here. 57 games, 3-1 record, 8 holds, 61.1 innings, 2.64 ERA, 27 to 14 strikeouts to walks, and batters batting over 250, righty and lefty. Marmolejos, 3 for 3. 3 singles, 2 ribbies, a run. Sinker, 4-seam, changeup, slider.
First delivery to him.
4-seam fastball that misses. Lefty on lefty here. Be curious to see who the player of the game is. I think you have 2 viable
Ball and no strikes.
candidates.
Here it is.
Oh,
First base side.
I missed that. God damn it.
Came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1.
Looks like he's pitching pretty cautiously right here, but that happens when a guy's 3 for 3 on the day. Usually he's a guy you challenge a little bit more, but I guess he's earned some respect in this one.
Hit out towards second.
Oh!
Try, but it's through
Hey,
the outfield.
4 for 4. 4
Obviously,
singles.
This guy is built to play in the daytime. 4 for 4, you know he's seeing it good right now.
Couple of
These are the
ribbies?
days that you remember.
I think you could look at Shedlong Jr. or Jose Marmolejos. I think those are both really good options for player of the game. That missed.
Plate now, Evan White, as he grounds one briskly to short.
Well,
There's one. On to first, and they turn the double play.
that was bad. Definitely missed that slider. That should have been absolutely launched.
He's forced to go to the backhand and then pivot on that right leg to throw against the momentum of his body. These guys make it look easy. That's one you could definitely launch into right field if you're not under control.
Donnie Walton, 2 for 4 on the day.
So now to the plate, Donnie Walton, swinging a looper to left. In there, a base hit. So the 2-out hit keeps the top of the 8th inning extended.
Oh, I do need to
Boy,
get.
this is just a case of another
I do need to get
really
somebody
good
up.
hitter
Shit.
Finding a way, even though that was a soft liner, finding a way to get hits.
Yeah, he usually hits rockets and catches the barrel, but even his soft liners fall. Dan, he has a knack for keeping his...
Oh, Andres Munoz? Absolutely. Kenyon Middleton? Sure. I don't think it'll necessarily be warm enough.
In now, Jake Fraley, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He's got 1 hit in 4 at-bats. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Hit back up the middle. And a close play at second, but the throw does beat him, and the side is retired. 1 left for Seattle. They're on top 7-1.
Okay. 15 hits, 7 runs. Getting a little less where I'm happy with it. But it is still, it was 12-7. That was fine. 3 hits, no extra runs.
Bottom of inning number 8 set to
No
go.
big deal. James Paxton does have 78 pitches here. He's in the caution zone.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. As he takes a cold strike on the black, it's 0-1.
Hey, it's always
Not
key
really
getting
hitting
early
for anything
strikes because
important
this
or
guy's been
pitching for
awesome
anything
so
terribly
far.
important. So
More than 70% of his first pitches have been in the strike zone.
Popped him up. Walton over to his right. 1 away.
there we go. 1 away.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Now at the plate, Seth Brown. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Outside
There you
target
go.
here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
They haven't played perfectly as it's hit on the
That
ground.
probably should have been
This one over to first, and he
hit
gets his
much
man
better.
for the
That was a hanging curveball.
So
Or
next
knuckle
ahead
curve or
is
whatever it
Mitch
was.
Moreland. Only 4 outs remaining for them to try and rally back in this one. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
Losing the field here with
That's
Paxton a
good
little
take on
bit.
a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Lifted in the air out towards left center.
Nice
Juan
catch.
Molejos gets
And that'll
under.
take care of the
Makes
8th.
the catch to end the
7-1
inning.
here, Mariners
2-3 go the
lead
A's.
the Athletics
7-1.
with just a bunch of big fucking hitters coming on up. I don't know,
Trevor Rosenthal
big
comes
sluggers?
on to work now, and he's their usual closer,
Beefcakes?
but this is obviously not a save opportunity.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him a chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
Kyle Lewis.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Line towards center field. And
That's a
base
single.
hit, so he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning.
Dan, right here you see a situation where no doubles defense comes back to bite you. As a pitcher, were you even aware when guys are playing a foot off the track?
I'll be honest with you, D-Roy. You're so concerned about on the mound trying to get that white ball to that dark brown or black glove that I never really ever turned around to even notice where they were playing. I was concerned about getting the guy out swinging the
There
bat.
we go.
Kyle Seager is
So we do have a new pitcher in here. Tops his fastball. Tops out at 100. He also has a slider, changeup, and a two-seam.
Shot back up the middle. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. The relay.
Oh.
The tag, and he's called out trying to stretch 2 bases into 3.
Okay, so I goofed that up. I accidentally sent Kyle Lewis all the way to, or Kyle Seager, excuse me, to third. But I guess I thought, well, whatever. Okay, hold on. Let me explain. I sent Kyle Seager to third, but it stopped him at second because that's where Lewis was, and I realized that there was a mistake, but I did not realize that the game would correct that mistake when I sent Lewis to third, so they both ended up on the same base.
At the plate, Shedlong Jr.
Whoopsie daisy.
Pitch misses to him. It's ball 1. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ball game.
So I would guess that's like a double for Seager. I don't know. That was not good. When he started running around to third, I was like, well, this is not good. But then thanks to
Here it is on 1-0. Liner
oh, damn it.
there to take this one is the
Oh,
second baseman.
damn
It's
it.
on number 2.
God, if Shedlong Jr. could have gotten another rib, he probably would have been player of the game. POTG.
Next to stand in is Luis Torrens.
Anyway,
4 attempts to this
thanks
point.
to John Boy Media, I do know that the rule is
Now the pitch.
if
As he'll get caught
you
chasing
swing at a
the
ball
bat,
like
and
that,
there
you
is
look like a
strike
fucking
1.
idiot. No, the rule is if there are two
Occasionally,
base runners on a base, it goes to the lead runner. So in that scenario,
Ground ball
why would I waste getting Kyle Lewis out, who has 75 speed, versus Kyle Seager, who's 40 speed tops? Not that it mattered because I had 2 really bad hits there. We've piled up 17 hits, and I still haven't... I feel like I should be doing a whole lot better than I am, but I'm not. So.
And now, Austin Allen singled in his last at bat.
Catcher, Austin Allen.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I've left him in here.
Andres Munoz, a
Munoz,
6'2" right-hander, jogs in to
50
take
games,
over on the mound.
3-5 record, 18 holds, 63 innings, 2.29 ERA, 77 to 6 strikeouts to walks. I wonder if we'll be able to get him to 100 strikeouts. It's going to take some solid innings, probably some games with multi-inning work for him to get there. Obviously not something I should really worry about. But if we can get these if we can get some like high heat going, kind of like basically that kind of pitch pattern, high up, high inside, low and either away or low and in. Oh, I am feeling it. I am not even worrying about the warm up here.
First pitch of the AB on its way.
Okay, well, okay.
Munoz
All right.
has tossed more than
Well.
60 innings on the year, with an ERA just under 2.5. That's allowing just over 2 runs per 9 innings of work. The 1-0. Line drive to left. Marmolejos.
There you
is
go,
there. He's got
Marmolejos.
that all-important first out here
Hell
to
yeah.
start the ninth. Final
James
lineup
Paxton,
for the
the slow
Mariners
growth.
starting pitcher, and he'll be very
8 innings,
happy
3 hits,
about
1
that.
run, 1 or 9 strikeouts, 84
Big keys to
pitches.
having a good pitching
Hell yeah.
performance is not being afraid to throw the ball into the strike zone.
Just
This
over
guy
10 pitches,
certainly
10 and a half
wasn't in this
pitches an
one.
inning.
Didn't allow a walk all game long.
So Elvis Andrus the next to bat.
So that's the key. Get a lot of flyouts, get a lot of pop outs with Munoz. I feel like we get some strikeouts here and there, but it's not quite.
The 0-1.
There we
Swing
go.
and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole 0-2.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball.
There's a
His
strikeout.
timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
So he
I mean,
racks
so
up
we
his
only
second
have. He'd have to
strikeout.
probably average around 2 strikeouts per appearance.
One out left to work with.
I don't typically use him back to back in like back to back days. So
Into the box, Tony Kemp. And He's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball.
I don't know. I think it would be tricky. I think that's strikeout number 78, so we have 22 strikeouts to go, with roughly 35 games to go. And if he only sees half of those, that's like 17. I guess he'd have to get one strikeout a game, maybe a couple of, I don't know, a couple of multi-strikeout innings, but we'll see. 7-1 is your final. Short sweep of the Oakland Athletics. Paxton with the win. No save opportunity. Sandoval gets tagged with the loss. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. That's a good first half of a game.
I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Got off to a good start, though. Couple of runs. 1 run in each of those early innings. Shedlong Jr. with that monster home run. Curious to see who the player of the game is. I think you can make a case for either Shedlong Jr. or for Jose Marmolejos. Did give up the 1 run, the home run. 17 hits amassed for the Mariners, who entered the day 100 hits ahead. James Paxton, player of the game, I call absolute malarkey. He pitched really well, 8 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts, no walks, 1 earned run. Shedlong Jr., 2 for 5 with a 2-run shot, scored 2 runs. Jose Marmolejos, 4 for 4 with 2 ribbies and scored a run himself. Kyle Seager, 2 for 5 with a double, a ribby, a run. Luis Torrens, 2 for 5 with a double and a run. I don't know. Mark Canha, by the way, had two-thirds of the hits attributed to the Oakland Athletics. 7-1, 17-3 hits. Whew. That was a clobbering. Patrick Sandoval does pick up the loss. 3.2 innings pitched, 9 hits. No strikeouts, no walks. 5 earned runs. He didn't make it out of the 4th. Did get 2 more in the 5th. Last 4 innings, not a whole lot to write home about. A lot of hits, but not a whole lot going on. When we had 7 runs on 12 hits. We piled on 5 more hits, but just nothing else. We had another opportunity to get 1 across. Obviously, the mistake with Seager does come back to bite us. 66-96 experience, 171 show bucks, and whatever the hell that is. All right, that concludes a big long road trip. Started out with 2 wins, had 2 losses, and then went on to win 4 in a row. So a solid 6-2 on the road trip against Texas, Houston, and Oakland. We will be at home the day after tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, to face the Kansas City Royals in the opener of a 4-game series. Houston waits on deck, and the final month of the season is looming ever closer. So we'll see you in a couple of days. Tomorrow you'll be able to catch an episode of Chad Champ's Road to the Show, currently playing for the Nashville Sounds. That'll post at 1 p.m. Pacific time every day. You get baseball right here, 1 p.m. Pacific time. YouTube.com/ShawnaSoreStrikes. Be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos that you can enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this clobbering of the Oakland Athletics as the Mariners hit 80 wins. And make sure that we're kind of keeping pace with what the Angels are doing, because we don't have a super big lead over second place. And a wild card game could be dangerous for us. If we get into a bad funk, it could compile a lot of the problems that I've had throughout the season. But you'll have to tune in to find out and see what happens. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Chad Champ, Wednesday for, what's it called? That one. Kansas City, that's the team. I had to glance and look and see who it was. Go Mariners.